Hi friends, I'm Sonia and I hope that your day has been going well so far. Well, I actually got some very good news yesterday. A very close friend of mine got promoted and I'm really happy for her. Well, let me just think about it. She's a very close friend, okay, and her promotion was long overdue. So I'm not really just happy. Maybe I want to say I'm delighted or I'm really glad for her. Yes, I think these words actually convey the emotion that I want to show. I'm not just happy. That doesn't really express what I feel, but I'm delighted, I'm glad that she got promoted. So that means happy is a good word, alright? But nowadays it's very overused and there are so many different words that we can use to express the exact emotion that we feel. And that's exactly what we're going to discuss today. We are going to look at alternatives to happy. That means, in place of happy, what are the different words that we can use? So let's have a look. The very first word is cheerful, okay? So what does cheerful mean? Well, I'm sure that you must have come across quite a few people who always look happy, okay? They have a smile on their face. When you look at such people, you feel good, alright? So such people actually look happy. So in terms of the meaning, I could say, a cheerful person is someone who looks positive, alright, and also has a smile. Someone who actually looks happy. So for example, I have a friend whose name is Peter, okay, and somehow he manages to look cheerful all day long. So I could say, well, Peter has a cheerful face. He manages to look cheerful all throughout the day, and I wonder how he does that. The next one I have is the word pleased, okay. So what does pleased mean? Now pleased comes from the word pleasure, okay. Pleased means to feel happy with some particular situation because of a particular reason. So think about this, if you want a new look, okay, you go to your hairstylist and you just tell him to do something with your hair and make you look different. And at the end of it, if he gives you a really good haircut and you really look good, you will be really pleased with your new look. So you can go about telling people, well, I recently went to my hairstylist at this particular salon and he gave me a great new look. So I'm so pleased, I'm so happy. Instead of happy, you could say I'm so pleased with my new look. So it means to be happy, okay, or to feel pleasure because of a situation. So instead of telling people you're happy, you can simply use the word pleased. It sounds really nice too. The next one we have is the word glad. Now this is a word, guys, that you will hear a lot in customer service industry, okay? Over here you'll hear people say, or you'll hear agents tell you, well, we are glad to help you. We are glad that you are our customer. The word glad is extremely similar to the word happy, okay? So if you say happy or you say glad, it almost means the same thing, alright? So I'll write down over here, it's similar to happy. So if you're in the customer service business, you could tell one of your customers or your clients, well, we're glad to help you, we're glad to serve you. It sounds really good. It sounds much more effective than the word happy, okay? So try and use this one. The next example that I have for you, in fact the next two, okay, delighted and joyful. They are somewhat similar in that sense. Delighted means to feel extremely happy. Now think about a situation, okay? Maybe if you live away from your siblings, that's your sisters or your brothers, or you live away from a near and dear one, and you're going to meet them after a very long time, maybe after 5 years. So when you meet that person, when you see them at the airport, for example, you won't just feel happy, alright? you will feel really delighted, extremely happy. Your joy knows no bounds. You don't know how to express yourself. Sometimes you even start crying, all right, because you're so happy. So to be delighted means to be extremely happy. So you could use, or you could make a sentence like, when I saw my sister after 5 long years, I was really delighted. Okay, I was really delighted. That's how you could use this particular word. Now the next one here is the word joyful. Now I must say that this word itself, joyful, if you notice, it has the word joy in it. So it simply means to be full of joy, to be extremely happy. That's why I said it's pretty similar to the word delighted, to feel joyful. Imagine a situation where, a mother is in the delivery room and she's going to give birth soon. And the father gets to know that the mother's delivered a baby and both mother and baby are safe. All right? That's when he'll be really joyful. He'll be full of joy, really happy. So this also somewhat means to be full of joy or to be extremely happy. Okay, so when this father gives the news of his newborn baby, obviously he will sound so joyful in his tone, the way he speaks, the kind of words that he would use. Not just happy, but joyful, extremely happy, extremely delighted. The next word is really lovely. It's the word elated. Okay, now what does elated mean? Now this word is used only in certain situations, certain scenarios. Elated means it's the feeling that you feel when you're on cloud 9, all right? For example, if you've won a lottery, okay, you feel amazing. There's this feeling that you feel which you can't really express. You feel extremely happy. It's something you were not expecting. Imagine, you go and buy a lottery ticket, and most of us don't really win a lottery. People like me, we never win. So if you win a lottery which you were just not expecting, obviously that feeling is going to be of immense pleasure, immense happiness, and that's when you can use the word elated. All right? So I could explain it when I say the feeling of being on cloud 9. Okay? So you could use a sentence, or you could make a sentence like, I was elated when I won the lottery, or I felt like I was on cloud 9 when I won the lottery. Okay? Just happy? No. Elated, that's the feeling that you feel. The next word I have is light-hearted. Okay? Now, light-hearted is something that is amusing, which means something that entertains you, okay? So for all the movie buffs out there who watch movies often, all right, if you watch a comedy, it's mostly light-hearted, and the feeling that you have is a feeling of being light-hearted, all right? So if you want to describe a comedy to someone, which is really good, really makes you laugh, you could say with this movie, is a light-hearted movie. It's a light-hearted comedy. The next word I have is the word thrilled. Now you must have heard this word thrilled quite often. It's quite common in that sense. The word thrilled is to feel a sudden sense of happiness, okay? A sudden sense of excitement. Now imagine this, okay? If you've been working in an office, you were expecting a promotion, all right? And suddenly, among everybody, your boss suddenly announces your promotion, and you've got the role, you've got the profile that you wanted. That sudden rush of happiness, that would be to feel thrilled, okay? The sudden feeling of excitement. You feel happy, you feel excited, you basically feel thrilled. So you could make a sentence like, Maria felt thrilled when she heard the news of her promotion. She didn't really feel just happy, but thrilled. That's a better word. And the last and final one that I have for you is the word content. Now what does this word mean? Content means to feel satisfied, to feel happy. So if you're a student, okay, who's worked really hard all throughout the year, who studied hard and sacrificed parties and whatnot, and finally at the end of the year, when you achieve the result that you wanted, what will you feel? Will you just feel happy? You may, use one of these words to express, but you will also feel content. You will feel satisfied. That I worked hard, I achieved what I wanted, and hence I am content. So content means to feel satisfied, to feel happy with what you have achieved. So if you could make a sentence like, well, Chris felt extremely content, all right, once he heard the results of his exams. So guys, these are some of the words that we can actually use in place of just the plain old boring happy. Alright, happy doesn't really always express the exact emotion. So try and use these different words that we have on the board. Some of them you may have heard earlier, but I'm sure you can use them in sentences in a much better way now. Well, that's it from me today. This brings me to the end of the lesson. I hope that you enjoyed watching. Keep a watch on the videos that come up on our channel. Keep learning and keep practicing so that you become best in spoken English. I'll see you soon. Till then, take care. Goodbye.